Sad news for boxing fans, as boxing is still doomed. As Jake Paul has announced that he's finalizing a deal with Canelo Alvarez for a fight, in which Canelo will be paid $200 million. Jake Paul is that rich, so that money could definitely be procured and offered to Canelo. The issue is the person who's fighting Canelo. Jake himself is an inevitable laughing stock. That's what he really is. Like he tries to take boxing serious, and from a certain perspective, that can be respectable, but he always ends up making the sport a bigger joke. And fighting Canelo Alvarez will only, again, further making the sport a big joke. It just will. It'll hurt the sport. I mean, Jake is just, he's not, oh man. Again, I respect his work ethic and the fact that he's a great businessman, and also the fact that he does take dangerous fights. A fight against Canelo is also a dangerous fight, but suppose Canelo obviously knocks Jake out, the fight will have been for nothing. It's not really like a 50-50 fight like Terrence Crawford versus Canelo was. Jake is still an amateur. He may be fighting the pros, but he himself is still an amateur to many boxing fans. He's gotten like a trickling of respect for getting destroyed by Anthony Joshua, but still, before he fought Anthony, he tried to fight Gervonta Davis. 5'7", 5'6" Gervonta Davis. So Jake is still running a circus here. Do not mistake this call out for bravery or a true respect for the boxing world. This will only encourage more influencers and social media pimps to settle their beefs in warehouses on camera for 12-year-olds. It'll make the sport a bigger joke. That's why I'm still happy not to be a boxing fan. And again, this is bad news because not too long ago, I told you guys that Jake was considering leaving boxing because of how grievous his injury against Anthony Joshua was. But it seems like he's back, more determined than ever to make the sport an even bigger joke and keep the circus going on. Let me know what you think, though.